Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a ton to talk about in this video. Steam China is a thing now. Yes, it'll be separate from the international version of Steam and exclusive to China. A lot to digest there. I'll try to get through that relatively quickly. Also, one of the best Epic Game Store exclusives, or one that I had the most amount of interest in, is Supergiant Games' Hades. It's an early access title, and it'll be coming to Steam later this year. Very excited about that, and I'm definitely going to give that game a look because Supergiant Games, an incredibly talented studio. They did Bastion, Transistor, and Pyre, and Hades is their most recent game, and one of the best PC gaming deals I think of the year is on Monster Hunter World. It is available right now, a historic low for that. Only 900 keys are left on Indie They redeem on Steam, so we'll give that a mention at the end of this video. But first up, this is making the round. Steam China will be separate from the international version of Steam, and it's a brand new application. Valve's China partner Perfect World released more details about Steam China, the upcoming Chinese version of the world's largest digital game distribution platform. The Shanghai-based video game developer and publisher said Steam China is almost entirely independent of Steam. Obviously, they need to get this off the ground because China is having a lot of regulations, and for them to bring over the regular version of Steam, that's just not gonna fly, especially with the thousands upon thousands of games that are available on it, and all of the different nuances that are currently available in our version of Steam, the Steam you guys are familiar with. This is great for a lot of reasons. Not only is it gonna give Chinese players their own version of Steam, but I hope it also separates a lot of the user base. Not necessarily saying that's a good thing, however, obviously there is a lot of cheating, a lot of tomfoolery going on in a lot of games such as PUBG and a lot of other multiplayer games, and hopefully segmenting the user base like this would lead to some positive changes. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case, but this does matter for a variety of reasons. As Chinese regulators start to enforce more stringent rules on game content, Steam has come under close scrutiny due to the violent and sexually explicit games that it distributes. An independent Chinese version of the platform is to help Valve, Steam's owner, conform to Chinese regulations without damaging its existing interest in other markets. The platform is tailored for Chinese users and will have high-speed servers and high-quality operations team, and that is coming directly from the Perfect World CEO and Zhao Hong. And the first batch of close to 40 games that will be launched on the platform include Valve's Dota 2 and Dota Underlords. All of the titles are available on the international version of Steam, but only having 40 games is obviously quite a big drop-off from the current version of Steam that boasts thousands upon thousands of games, even tens of thousands of games if you really go through the entirety of Steam. There are tens of thousands of games available, and what was it, last year there was like 6,000 games released or some astronomically high number like that. It's pretty absurd how many games are released. Obviously, with the bulk of those kind of games, it's one thing releasing them over here states and overseas outside of China because our regulations aren't as stringent, relatively stringent, but you guys get the idea. Over in China, it's going to be a completely different story, and they're really hammering down. However, you don't want to segment out the entire Chinese population. Every business known to man is trying to break into China just because of the absurd population there. You see a lot of businesses fail in making that breakthrough, but nonetheless, I'm sure Valve wants to make them a possible play, and completely removing Steam from that area obviously would be detrimental to them, even though they're putting out what some would call a gimped version of Steam with only 40 games. It's something, and they will have a lot of Valve's first-party titles such as Dota 2, Dota Underlords. I would imagine TF2 would be on there, CSGO, and whatever the case would be made on that. We don't have all of the details, but at this point, I do think it's a good thing. I mean, I don't think it's a good thing in what China is doing. There's a lot that can be said about that. However, that's not really my wheelhouse. I just wanted to bring you guys that information. Okay, moving on from that, here is some incredibly exciting information for me. Supergiant Games have officially announced that Hades will be arriving to Steam in early access later this year on December 10, 2019. I believe that's when the one-year exclusivity time period on Epic Games would have ran up, and I can't believe it's already been a year, or nearly a year, by the time December 10th rolls around. Hades, again, by Supergiant Games, same guys that did Transistor, Bastion, and Pyre. And this looks like a very cool action RPG. It notes, defy the god of the dead as you hack and slash your way out of the underworld in a roguelike dungeon crawler from the creators of Bastion and Transistor. As the immortal prince of the underworld, you'll wield the powers and mythic weapons of Olympus to break free from the clutches of the god of the dead himself while growing stronger and unraveling more of the story with each unique escape attempt. Unleash the fury of Olympus. The Olympians have your back. Meet Zeus, Athena, Poseidon, and many more, and choose from their dozens of powerful boons that enhance your abilities. There are thousands of viable characters builds to discover as you go. Befriend gods, ghosts, and monsters. A fully voice cast of colorful, larger-than-life characters is waiting to meet you, grow your relationship with them, and experience hundreds of unique story events as you learn about what's really at stake for this big, dysfunctional family. And it's built for replayability. New surprises await each time you delve into the ever-shifting underworld, whose guardian bosses will remember you. Use the powerful Mirror of Night to grow permanently stronger and give yourself a leg up the next time you run away from home. Visually, the game looks great, and again, Hades being from an incredibly talented studio in Supergiant, I am expecting really good things out of this game. It's coming in early access on PC as well, and it is scheduled for a version 1.0 launch in the second half of 2020, so it's still quite a ways away from seeing its official release. However, now that the user base is going to be opened up to Steam as well, I think that's very exciting, and I will definitely be giving this game a go, even in early access, just because I know the game is going to be pretty great. And they did note the full version of Hades will feature the complete ending to the story, as well as additional narrative content and other finishing touches across all aspects of the game. And by the time Hades launches in early access on Steam, the game structure will be mostly compete, so you'll be able to battle all the way from the lowest reaches of the underworld up to the surface by the numbers. Here's what is going to be in the game: 4 main biomes plus the main hub, 7 boss fights, 8 Olympians, each with 12 plus unique boons, 6 main weapons, 25 different foes, 28 story characters, and north of 20 music tracks. The game's price is going to be retained after it comes out of early access, so it is going to be $19.99, which is relatively palatable, I think. And hopefully, with the game being opened up with a lot more players, they can make the refinements necessary to make it an even more compelling game. Again, Hades early access is dropping on Steam on December 10th. And lastly, there's been a lot of talk around Monster Hunter World right now. There's a lot of footage coming out of Iceborne, which is going to be released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on September 6th. Unfortunately, on PC, you're not going to be able to check it out until January of 2020, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But Monster Hunter World is still a game that I would highly recommend, and right now over on Indiegogo, you can get a Steam key for just $23.49. That is an insane deal. There are only 922 keys left. 921. It actually just edited as I was recording this video, but nonetheless, keys are going relatively quickly. If you want Monster Hunter World, I would highly recommend you to pick it up at that price point. Again, that is a historic low for the game. Typically goes for like $27 to $29.99, usually at that $30 price point. I believe it was at $30 on Steam pretty recently, but at $23.49, it is great. And the PC version of this game right now is excellent. Capcom has done a wonderful job in keeping this game updated. Runs great, plays great, and a lot of replayability here. I know people that have sunk north of 200, 300, 400, 500 hours into this game, and if you're super into it, you could probably go past 1,000 hours just because of all of the content in the game. And then when Iceborne comes out, man, that is going to be a game changer because that is adding a ton more content on top of that. Iceborne is going to be released at $40, but the amount of content that they're adding is absolutely absurd. So in that sense, I think it's very much going to be worth the $40. So check out Monster Hunter World. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, Steam is coming out with a new platform over in China. It's going to be separate from the international version. I think it means only good things for us domestically, and if, say, you're in Europe, I do think this might be a good thing at the end of it. Outside of the fact if you're in China and you're getting screwed over all of the library that's on Steam, that's a little bit of a bummer, but nonetheless, it is what it is. I don't make the Chinese regulations, so what am I supposed to do on that? Hades is coming out as a Steam Early Access title on December 10th, already available on the Epic Game Store, but the Epic timed exclusivity is running out. And then Monster Hunter World, Cracker Jack deal over on Indiegogo, $23.49, excellent deal on that. That's gonna wrap up this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.